Okay, Monica Lewinsky is writing for the first time about her affair with President Clinton, an affair which almost brought his presidency down. Who remembers hearing when that broke?
I was super young, but I knew it was something bad, and my parents would talk about it and get real quiet when we walk in the room.
Wasn't the famous line, "I did not have sexual affairs,
Sexual
relations with that woman," and they just kept playing it over and over when we found out the truth?
I'll tell you one thing, truthfully, and it's not for air, but I did not know the whole cigar thing. I did not understand it until I got older.
I mean, isn't the bottom line, though, I mean, shouldn't we just let dogs lie? I mean, why bring it up now? And isn't that kind of self-serving? You know, it helps her, but just brings it all up again for Hillary, and I think it's in the past.
But Hillary calls her a Looney Coon, right?
I don't know what Hillary called her. I think.
Oh, yeah, she did.
I think a lot of people. Yes, this happened so long ago, so many years ago, but we never really heard from Monica Lewinsky. And this is really her time to say, this is what happened, this is how this affected me, this is the way that I experienced it. We've all assumed things about her, and we're all familiar with the story, but this is really her time to come out and speak. I think that she has a voice.
But
and
why now?
Why not now?
Because
But why now?
Because of the Beyonce
Yeah,
song.
like her name's been out there in music. I'm not gonna say like any particular artist, but her name has been out there. I don't know why now, but why not? Like we've been waiting. Like we're lapping it up. We're still listening.
Been waiting.
I will say, okay, her whole point that she, you know, I think people were saying, or she was saying, she was basically the first real victim of cyberbullying. And if you see it now, all the people that have gotten into affairs with politicians, I mean, they've made sex tapes of their own, they've milked it out, and she has actually refused millions of dollars on book deals before that. So I don't know if she was milking it. I mean, she talked about she tried to commit suicide several times. Her mom had to sleep with her at night so she wouldn't. I mean, think about it. She was a young girl, and she was a young girl, and she was basically, whether you say targeted or not, or whether she pursued it, I mean, it was the President of the United States who pursued her. I mean, a lot of people can say whatever they want to say, but you don't know what it was like to be in her shoes. And to Lynette's point, this is the first time we're hearing from it, and I am curious. Yeah. I am curious to some level, and maybe because I watched Scandal, but I am interested.
I think to that point alone, she really was the only one who's ever been put under the microscope of the world, everybody knew about her story. Like, she had to hide, like she moved to another country, and she is the one who's getting most of the hatred. Like, a lot of people are mad at her. Bill Clinton was just as guilty, and he was just as guilty, but his legacy is completely different. Yes, he was a world leader, but
he's more guilty because he's the one who was married. Yeah, and she doesn't deny it. She doesn't deny it. I will say, if you were going to be judged from the things that you did in your teens and early 20s, I mean, how many of you guys could really walk with your head up high?
Okay, how many have had an affair with the president?
Exactly.
Nobody has, but that's more of a reason to hear her story. Like,
had a one-night stand.
Yeah, and it's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing. It's horrible.
Her dress is famous, and it's famous for things that we don't want it to be famous for. I mean, it's embarrassing.
Okay, I think you got enough.
Oh, Beyonce.
All right, we're also talking about a mother and her 4-year-old who moved from Georgia to Colorado. Why? So the daughter could have access to marijuana.
So this mom packed up her severely disabled daughter, moved her several states without her husband to get her medical marijuana to try and save her. She's made a pretty remarkable, not recovery, but change in her condition in a very short amount of time. So we're going to get a pretty amazing update today.
Okay, and we've got a hero dog in North Dakota who saved a little boy.
Look at this video. This little boy was lost, and his best friend, his little golden retriever, I think, or lab, found him missing, and great son from the mom. Oh.